upload your videos. You get all industry, trade shows and business information updates on the site, which is again a free service. A single point for all your marketing requirements.
One of the stores actually had a demand for a peak period. In the peak period, actually, the trial rooms were often a bottleneck. And then they thought about when somebody goes into the trial room, they check which size is fitting size, do they look okay on that, and then they come back and check they have one size up or one size down, or a different color or a different choice. So in that high-end store, actually, the technology was implemented in a way. So my point I'm trying to drive is technology has to be relevant to business. So the way they looked at managing that trial room was that if somebody presses a button on get me one size up or one size down, or get me a different color, that could be made available to them while in the trial room, right? So this was a simple concept. There are components of technology involved, but it's enabler to business. So if technology is being positioned or is being looked at as an enabler to business, then it is adding to the top line. But if technology is being looked at as or is being positioned by our own people or by our own OEMs or vendors as a needed to an upgrade or needed to an expansion, then why don't we live with what we have? So it's basically the whole ecosystem role here, that how do we have this vertical solutioning which is relevant, which enables business. So end of the day, technology is a business enabler, but how it can add it to the top line. One is that I, as an in charge of my business, an owner of my business, I put my mind into making it useful to me, or if there are ready models.
The thought process is that, as entrepreneurs, sometimes we get very much obsessed, or very much obsessed with our own brand, with our own concept, and we get attached to that emotionally. I'm not telling it's bad. You have a passion, you have a fire in the belly, that's the reason you have become an entrepreneur. But another question that I want to ask to ourselves is that whether my company is in a sellable state. No matter whether an investor has invested money there, or somebody has put in their money there, or somebody is going to invest money there, whether my idea is sellable, whether my company is sellable. If that thought process starts within you, then automatically you will try to put systems in place. Now, what do you do when there is a marriage at home? You clean up the whole thing, you clean up the boards. Everybody comes at home and looks at everything is right. So, in the similar manner that the day you start conceiving an idea, then you start thinking, okay, whether my idea is sellable. No, nobody is going to come and buy this idea because there is no uniqueness. Nobody is going to come and buy this idea because there is no strong team along with me. So we need to think that, what will make a company or an idea sellable. Then you start putting systems around it. It varies from business to business. Say, I'm an internet business like SME Enterprise India, which may not require as many number of employees what others are having. So what is the sutra that is required for you to scale it up? Today you want to sell SME Enterprise. Okay, I'm just taking without the permission of roadshow. So the point is that how do you keep it in the sellable state? The moment we start thinking that, then all the other things become enablers. Like as my other entrepreneurs told here, technology becomes an enabler. Somebody mentioned that the mentoring becomes an enabler. But do I want to do that? That is the first question that we need to ask. You look at the stories of these guys, I give an example of this air story. Though the company was making more than crores of loss. The entrepreneur made money by selling it to Kingfisher Airlines. The mere fact that he thinks that it has to be in a sellable state. So all that I feel that our ideas, our companies, whatever the stage it is, if you keep it in a sellable state, automatically the other thought process comes. Now, okay, go to a VC and then tell you the list of things that are required for a VC. I have a VC product mind sitting there and looking at it. So a list of things that are like, okay, now you should have a good team, you should have uniqueness, you should have a business which is exponential, you should have a business idea which the VC should fall out of his chair. All that is fine. We can come up with a better answer provided we think that we have to sell it. I'm not telling you to sell it, but keep it in a sellable state.
Come here is like my colleague was mentioning about cleaning up the house. Why do you require that? It's a marriage happening. Your house is going to be the same. You have a girl at your home. She's not going to change. But yes, if you are going to decorate her, there is a possibility that you will sell her at a better price. Or if you feel you are going to clean up the entire house and get a better feeling from others' perspective, yes. What I am trying to say is the structure, basically the corporate structure has to be in place. The investor doesn't appreciate if you say who are your board of directors? My wife, my aunt, my Chikkappa, something like that. You have a strong board, stalwarts, names, professionals. They can contribute intellectuals, skills, the domain expertise and other extra force which as an enterprise you lack actually. All entrepreneurs cannot be born having all the talents. Some may be techies, some may be very good at systems, some may be marketing, but everybody has the same goal. Please supplement. Please supplement. Today, partnering is order of the day. I think we should not be more conservative here. And talking about legalities, corporate governance and legal diligence doesn't happen overnight. An investor comes to a table, was TDS pending 2 crores, TDS not remitted, statutory dues this much. Nobody is interested in legal litigations and regulatory authorities taking action after the investors having funded. So what I would like to say is keep clean as early as possible, have a systems in place right from the beginning. It may be expensive for SME to afford legalities and account maintaining, but it becomes trivial when you are pitching or putting yourself in the next level of bringing an investor. You cannot satellite things over the day or night. And whenever the due diligence happens, I see people running around. The chartered accountants are in the home, the accountants are there, you have umpty number of consultants here and there, somebody is at the PF office, somebody is at the ESA office. And why all these things? Could be neglect, could be ignorance of law or knowledge base, or the promoter is focused on his only making money. Please, there is another side. When you go on the road, nobody likes accidents to happen. But yes, there are lorries also coming. You have to be careful if the lorry is going to hit you. Otherwise you get hit. And after the investor happens to come, it becomes a takapa. So what I would like to say is the corporate governance has to be in place. And the focus as an entrepreneur should be more on the